Welcome to Snow Better Lifestyle. If you are new here, my name is Donna. I turned 61 in March. I raised 6 kids, ages 28 to 39. My youngest turned 28 yesterday. I work full-time for a tech company, 99% remote. I go in once a month into the office. And I have been on a health journey since November of 2023. I started on 2.5 milligrams and I got titrated up in February to 5 milligrams, and I have been on 5 milligrams since February of 2024, and I am now down 79 pounds, really close to 80 pounds, but 79 pounds, and I've been on 5 milligrams the entire time. I haven't checked in for a couple weeks because last week I went to Vegas to my daughter's TEDx Las Vegas talks. She was one of the lead coordinators. They're all volunteers. It was phenomenal. The talks were inspiring and impactful, and I'm glad I went. Oh, and this morning when I got on the scale, I was 232.2. So I am down about a couple pounds from the last time. I hadn't weighed myself for like 2 weeks. I didn't weigh myself last weekend because I was in Vegas. So the week before that. So in 2 weeks, I've lost about 2 pounds, which is exactly right. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want to lose too fast. I appreciate when I can take off about a pound a week. I still have... I'm at 232 and I'm shooting for 175 pounds. And I know that's like, well, you're 5'2", you should be going for low. No, I'm going to see how I feel at 175. And even if I'm still in the overweight or even obese category, I'm okay. It's much better than 311 to 320 that I was over a year ago. So I'm good with 175. That's what I'm shooting for. And then when I get to that, I will see how I feel. Is my A1C under control? Is my blood pressure under control? How am I able to move around? Do I have the mobility? So those are the things that are going to be more, oh, and can I wear some cute stuff? I may not be able to get down to a tiny little size 8. That's not what I want. I've never been that size. I'm not really interested in being that small. I would just like to be within reasonable, under 20. I'm at about a size 20, 22 right now. It really depends on the make. And I tend to be bigger on the bottom, like I've mentioned before, and a little bit smaller on top. So, yeah. So it was my trip to Vegas last weekend was phenomenal. I just really had a good time. And I mentioned this in December when I went to visit my kids, and I got all excited about the fact that I can sit in a plane seat without getting an extension. And this time when I sat in the plane seat, I didn't even have to think about it. Last time I had to do a little dance to try and get the belt to go around, and this time I just went click, and there was about that much left. And to me, for some people who have been 250, 230, 240, whatever, around that, you probably never had to deal with having to get an extension. I was over 300 pounds. I had to get an extension up until the last time in December when I got on a plane. Now, I don't know if there's a difference between Southwest. I took Frontier this time. Frontier was fine. I know a lot of people say that it's not a very good airline. I've heard so many stories about it, but it was a 45-minute flight and it was fine. It was great. But I wonder if there's a difference in seat sizes, in belt lengths between Southwest and Frontier. I don't know, but either way, I had about this much left on there, and I was squealing inside because I'd actually sat down and put the belt on and had to pull it a little bit. It's been decades since I've done that. So to me, that was huge. It was absolutely huge. And I also felt it's really interesting when you haven't been as big, how I felt smaller. I mean, Frontier, it's assigned seats, and Southwest, it's usually, you know, you have a certain zone or group that you join, then everybody goes on, and then you pick your own seat. And that's what I would do. And I always walked as far back in the plane as I could and would sit on the window seat and like do this, because I didn't want to invade whomever was going to be sitting next to me. So this is the way I flew, like this. And I couldn't reach my, what do you call it? The carry-on. I couldn't reach it. If I sat down, put my carry-on under, that was it. I couldn't get anything out. I had to make sure whatever it was that I wanted, my phone or whatever, was in my hand, because I could not bend over. There was too much of me to be able to reach into my bag to get anything while we were in the flight. Now, most of the time my flights were only an hour or so, so it wasn't a big deal. But I did notice that this time around, and keep in mind, I haven't reached my goal yet. We're like in the middle right now. But I did not feel like I had to go like this. And I was able to reach into my bag, my carry-on, without worrying about, you know, I'm going to bump the person next to me or whatever, or I could reach it. Wow. All right. So that's, I mean, that's a massive, for me, non-scale victory. And it was really exciting. And it was both ways. It wasn't like when I went in December, it was on the way there, I didn't need an extension, but it was really super tight. And then on the way home, I needed an extension. I don't know if I was was retaining water or whatever, but I was very, very borderline on that last trip. And this trip, sat down, clipped my belt together, didn't even have to think twice, had space left over. I didn't feel like I was encroaching on anybody else's space, which is big for me. And I was able to reach down into my thing. Now, I still have, like I said, about, I'm at 232 right now, so I've got about 50 to 60 pounds. We'll see how I feel once I get to 175, whether or not I want to go any lower. And keep in mind, I am 61, I'm postmenopausal, and one of the concerns is that I don't want to get too low in weight, because there are going to be things that occur as I get older, and it's just better to have a little bit more padding to protect me against anything that might come up. If I get sick and I might exact weight according to the chart, that could just make it much worse for me. So I would rather be a little fluffy. I'm going to be fluffy. I am not going to be a flat stomach, tiny 130-pound woman. I anticipate I'll be between 165 and 175, which for me, super comfortable. You know, as long as I've got all the good numbers when I'm doing my blood work and everything, I'll be good with that. That's what I'm shooting for. So that's 50 pounds from now. I've lost almost 80. I'm at 79 right now, which is really huge for me. I'm seeing people, oh, I lost 100 pounds in 9 months, or I lost da da da. I'm like, I'm just much more comfortable with a pound a week, and not even that. I mean, if I can just keep going in that direction, then I will be healthy. I mean, that's the key right there. And not a pant size, not a dress size, not to me individually. Everybody's different. Everybody's got a different goal. So super, super duper excited about that. I know I keep bringing it up. I won't be bringing it up much longer, because now it's just, as long as my weight continues to go down, getting on a plane and sitting in a seat is not going to be the big, massive ordeal that it was for me before. I did not want to fly. I did not want to fly, because it was like, I'm too big and I'm going to force the person next to me to not enjoy their flight because I'm too big. And that is not a concern anymore. As long as I stay under, as long as I don't put the weight back on, we're all good. So yeah, that was super exciting. And didn't have anything to do with the number on the scale or anything else. I was able to sit in the plane seat. I was able to feel like everybody else in that plane, and not, I hate to say it, a freak, because granted, I'm totally aware that a lot of the airlines are now making their seats smaller. And so, I understood that my size was a little unfair. It was a little unfair because the seats were getting smaller, But I'm glad I was able to sit there. So that's it on the plane thing. I was really excited about that. I went and saw my daughter. She coordinated TEDx Las Vegas. Like I said, taught lots of impactful and inspiring talks. I loved it. Sat there from like 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 7. Just absolutely enthralled with the different speakers. And I will be going next year. The one big downside / mistake I made is I did not get a picture with my daughter. And I don't know why. I don't tend to pick up my camera as much. I think I pick it up now. Now I talk to you guys every week. This is not something I would have done before, but I talk to you guys every week. But I have this really nice camera, and I don't tend to pick it up and use. It's not, I don't know if it's because of my age or because, I have this feeling that it's just not going to be interesting. But my camera sat in my bag the whole time, and I could have used it to take some video and take some pictures with my daughter, which I did not do. I'll put a picture up here of her in her element. Working, but I didn't get a picture with her, and I really regret that. And I think for a lot of us, because of our size, because of the way we feel, because of the way we hid, that we don't tend to pick up a camera to record events. And it's not as common for those of us who are older. So I regret that big time, because I had decided to go home right after the talks instead of going to the dinner afterwards, because I had to get on a plane. I had to be at the airport around 2 o'clock in the morning. So I went back to her house and just kind of hang out, had some dinner, and then she drove me to the airport. We had an opportunity to talk. It was awesome. It was, I'm glad I went. I'm really glad I went. So that was last week. I took my shot when I got home Sunday, and that would have been shot number 57. When I'm done recording this, I'll be taking shot number 58. And so it's still working. 5 milligrams is still working. I'm not feeling any desire to move up. As long as I still have a degree of the lack of food noise and the appetite suppressant, I'm going to stay here. Now, coming up in the next week or two, I think a week from Monday, I'm going to go and get my blood work done. So not next reporting, not next update. I won't be talking about blood work, but the following one we'll talk about my blood work results to see whether or not it's still keeping my A1C under control, if I've got any other issues coming up, because I've been on for so long, and I'm reaching 60 weeks. So I heard some rumor that, excuse me, I'm going to take a quick. I heard some rumor that after 60 weeks, it's a little harder. It doesn't work as well. So we will see, because this week is 58. After I'm done, I'm going to take my shot. It'll be week 58. I'm still losing weight. Exercise. Okay. I am still not doing well with exercise. I don't know what it is. And last week when I went to pick up my dog, because I dropped my dog off with a friend so that my dog would have somebody to stay with him. So I took a lift and dropped him off at the friend's house. And then on the way home, I went and picked him up. And while I was going to pick him up, I bumped my knee into a metal like corner of a patio set. And my knee was just real bad this week. That's why I'm not standing this week. It's okay now. I think I averted any really bad permanent damage, but it definitely affected my exercise this week. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time, and then I want to try and kick back in. I could have done strength training sitting down, but I didn't. I don't know why exercise is such an issue for me. It is definitely something I have to work on. I'm afraid I'm going to lose muscle mass because I'm not doing exercise. The type of work I do is in front of a computer from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 or 6 o'clock at night with a few breaks to let the dog out. I'm just not getting the kind of exercise I need, and I really need to work on that. We have coyotes in my area, so I don't tend to walk my dog. I tend to open my backyard and walk, go outside in the backyard and let him do his business. And I'm a little bit of a paranoid to take him. We've got javelinas and we got coyotes, so I'm just afraid to go out on my own with him. He's a small dog, so I'm going to have to get over that. I can walk. My backyard is really large, so I can walk around my backyard if I need to do some outside walking. But I definitely need to work on exercise. Big deal. So this week was good. Work-wise, I still don't know what's going to happen with it. I did have a one-on-one with my boss this week, which was great. But he doesn't know either. So, we got moved into an entirely different department. Our company broke up. Sales, marketing, I'm in fulfillment. So my fulfillment team got moved into the company's like 4,000 people, employees. So I got moved into a completely different department. And so we are just kind of trying to figure out what we're going to do if we're not in the same situation. I'm feeling like they can't really let me go right now, but I'm making plans for that happening. I mean, I turn 62 next March, and I'm just hoping I can make it long enough. And then, maybe take retirement, take Social Security at 62, and then I have my project management professional credentials, and maybe take a project or two a month to supplement, because we can supplement it up to a certain amount every month, and see if that works. I don't anticipate I'm going to look for another full-time permanent position if this one goes away. I think I'll find other ways to make income as I'm heading into retirement. So there's no real new news on that. I will let you guys know if anything changes. But yeah, so again, that's been a little bit of a worry. Okay, so this is going kind of long. I just wanted to show you a couple things. I got my Dia & Co this week, so I'm going to do a separate video on trying on the clothes from Dia & Co. I suspect most of them are going to go back, but we will see once I try them on. And I have a few things I wanted to show you just for the sake of showing you. Okay, so I had mentioned that I've been drinking a lot more teas. I was drinking Zevia. I stopped drinking the passion fruit because it was actually making my stomach hurt. So I don't drink the Zevia passion fruit anymore. But I started getting, this is Swoon, I think I mentioned it. And this is my favorite right now. It's Swoon Half and Half. It's 5 calories. It doesn't have any protein, of course. And there's sugars, I'm not seeing. But it is sweetened with stevia. I try to avoid as much as possible anything with aspartame. I used to drink a lot of the artificially sweetened drinks with aspartame in it, and I was told by my doctor, don't do that. So, Swoon, love this stuff, really good, delicious in ice, and it is 5 calories, but it's only 5 calories. And so I like this. I also like the peach version of it. So I buy those, and they're not too pricey. They're not fantastic, but they're not too pricey. I also got, this time around, I got this Cheerios, strawberry Cheerios, because you guys know that I like Nikki Gets Fit. She does snack reviews, and she does hauls and things like that. She's like half my age, but she lost a bunch of weight without a GLP-1, and she's keeping it off and things like that. But she does these yogurt bowls, and I've been doing those lately. I basically put a serving of like frozen mixed berries in the bowl, stick it in the microwave for about a minute so that they can melt, and then I stick a serving of yogurt, Greek yogurt, on it, and then I mix it together and I eat it. And a few times when I've done, I'm going to put this down for a second, I've put, this is another thing that I like, they're called Rip Van wafers, and they've got 130 calories. I will break up one of these in there, either this one, that's a chocolate one, or a strawberry one. I don't know if you can see that because I put my fingers over it. And there are 130 calories. There's no protein in this. There's no protein in it, but it kind of adds a little bit of a crunchy element to it. And every once in a while, and it's low sugar. It's 5 grams of net carbs and 130 calories. And I like these on occasion. I keep them in the house. I've got this little basket, you know, and I bought a package of the strawberry and a packet. And every once in a while, if I want something to dip in my coffee, I will grab one of these, or I will break up one of these little wafers into a yogurt. So these have been like kind of a neat little treat. I don't do it. Ooh, my fuzz butt will eat that if I don't pick that up. I don't eat that too much, but every once in a while. Okay, and then on this, she made a recommendation to put some of this strawberry Cheerios protein on the yogurt bowl. So I was thinking about trying that this week. And it's, what's it say? 1 cup is 150 calories. And it has 8 grams of protein. It's got some 24 grams carbohydrate, but what I'm going to do is not do an entire serving. So a half a cup or a quarter cup. I don't need an entire cereal bowl full of this. So I'm just going to put like a quarter cup or a half a cup of the cereal on my yogurt bowls. And it'll add some crunch to it, and because I'll have the frozen berries, I'll have the yogurt, Greek yogurt, and then this. And so I'm going to try this as a treat because I already like it with just the frozen berries and the yogurt on it. So I'm going to try that this week. So I bought that. So that's cool. And then I am doing more in terms of makeup and clothing and caring more about my appearance, not something I was doing for a very long time. So I went and, I didn't bring my other, I have a makeup that I really like. I'll post a picture of it. It's one that I use on a regular basis. What is it called now? I'll pop it up here. You'll see. So I watch a lot of over 50 beauty channels, and there's been a lot of people talking about this. I don't know if you can see it or not. So I'm going to try this one. I got it in the 100 Cool. I tend to buy Cool because I'm light skinned and I have blue veins. So I tend to lean towards Cool. So I'm going to try that and see if I like it. I'm wearing the other base right now. So I did that. And then there was a lot of talk about lip plumping, like City Lips, but they're really expensive. Super pricey. So I decided to try the e.l.f. lip plumping gloss. I haven't put it on yet. I have some lipstick on right now, but that's kind of a neat color. I'll try it in my video next week, and you guys can let me know if you like the color or not. I know you don't come here for that sort of thing, but it's one of the things that's changing as I'm losing weight, is caring about what I look like. I also got an e.l.f. Lip brow pencil that I'm going to try. I haven't tried it yet. One of the things with my eyebrows is that when I was not even 2 years old, we were living in Germany. My dad was in the Air Force. And we were in Germany, and my parents were driving, and I was in one of those death trap car seats. And there's a picture, I'll put a picture right here. And we were driving up, truck was driving down, and the truck hit us on the side, and I fell forward and hit the radio. So I'm going to take this off right now. I have a scar here and a scar behind my eyebrows. So I've been trying to figure out, as my eyebrows are thinning, they're still relatively thick, you know, how I'm going to handle with that scar under my eyebrow. So I'm going to play with that. I didn't put it on today because it always bothers me when I play with this stuff and then I wind up looking clownish. So I didn't do that. And then I also got, I love this stuff. This is Milani. And it's Milani eyeshadow primer. And I usually try, didn't do it today, but I usually try to put this on like right above my eyebrows to give it like a, my eyes in the lid. But this is my favorite one. So I had to get a new one. I already had finished it up. And one of those 50 plus, I just got this, so it's still makeup people recommended this Wet n Wild loose setting powder. So I'm going to give this a try as well to kind of set everything after I put the makeup on. So I will try that. Maybe I'll do a get ready with me or something after I've figured it out. I still have to learn how to do it properly, so I will do that. And I think that's it. I've got a DN code to tell you guys about. This was really long, but I had a lot to say, I guess, because it's been 2 weeks. We lost weight. We're doing great. And there's going to be more videos this week because I've got my DN code that I'm going to do after I'm done here. And then I will probably do something. I have to go take my shot in a sec, but I'll probably do something food related this week as well. So thank you so much for being here. Please be sure to hit like if you enjoyed the video. And what else? Oh, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And thank you for those who keep coming back. I mean, it's almost the end of the video, so I meant to say this at the beginning. But thank you for those who keep coming back. I really appreciate you so much. And I will see you officially next Saturday. Have a great one. Bye-bye.